Hey guys, it's Dr. Robotnik64, and in this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here. I'm not necessarily going to be playing a game in this video, but rather I'm going to be reviewing a solar system simulator called Celestia. Now, Celestia is a pretty interesting solar system simulator. I believe it's the first solar system simulator I've ever used in my entire life. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually very fascinated in space and astronomy and whatnot. And actually, when I was much younger, something I've always dreamed about was actually becoming an astronaut. But unfortunately, it's not like that because I no longer want to be an astronaut. I don't know if that's due to the fact that I've just gotten older now, but I don't really know. I'm not really I'm not really interested as much in space as I used to be before, but that's kind of changing now because I am starting to get interested in it again. So yeah, and it's been so long as well. So I just want to see if like anything different has changed. And by when I say anything, when anything different has changed, I mean like if there's anything new that's been like discovered out here in space, like new asteroids or comets or whatnot, or even new moons around the planets in the solar system. So yeah. But anyway, we're going to review this solar system simulator here. Now that I think about it, Celestia is not really the best solar system simulator out there, but it's the solar system simulator I'm most familiar with because it's the first one I ever used, and I've been using it for a few years already, so yeah. So, let's do this then. So as you can see, we got Earth here. Basically, if you right-click and move your mouse along, you can basically rotate the planet. As you can see, we got nighttime over here. So you basically have all these lights here as well, which is actually pretty interesting. The thing that's kind of interesting is that the lights only appear once it starts becoming nighttime, basically. As you can see, the textures are not really well detailed. If you go into options here, you can change the texture resolution, change it from low, and then to medium, and then to high. However, yeah, basically, medium almost appears to be the exact same thing as high, or vice versa. So actually, it doesn't even appear to change. So yeah, the textures are not really well detailed, but the thing that is kind of interesting about Celestia is that it's a highly customizable solar system simulator. You can actually create add-ons for it, and people have created a ton of add-ons for Celestia. So yeah, and there's an entire website that features just add-ons for Celestia. As usual, I'll link you guys in the description of this video to Celestia add-ons and whatnot. The only thing, though, is that if I were to link you to Celestia itself, that kind of presents a problem, unfortunately, because the thing about this is that I just tried to go on the official website for Celestia earlier today, and to tell you the truth, I don't think the website that used to host Celestia even exists anymore. So it's basically like when I played Super Mario War. The website that I downloaded the game, or in this case, the simulator from, no longer exists. The add-on website, like the website that hosts all the Celestia add-ons, which is called Celestia Motherload for the record, that website is still up, but apparently the official Celestia website is no longer available. It's down. And I don't know how long it's been down for exactly, but yeah. This simulator hasn't been updated in 2 years, actually, so I don't know. Maybe the developers have completely lost interest in it or something. I have no idea, to be honest. But anyway, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, so basically you've got the Earth, you can rotate it. If you left-click, you can also do this as well. You can move the camera around here. You don't always have to be directly facing the object. Something that's also interesting is that you also have the these things, like we have the Hubble Space Telescope. We also have the International Space Station. So as you can see, there's basically like a fully three-dimensional model of the Hubble Space Telescope, I should say. So another thing you can do, press K and L, can change the rate of time. Oh my goodness gracious, hold on a second. So by doing that, increase the flow of time. And as you can see, Hubble Space Telescope's just moving along nicely right here. So yeah, just moving all across Earth. So everything basically rotates, because as you can see, we have a rotation period here. So just move along the Earth. And where did the International Space Station go? Okay. So yeah, you can also left-click on the objects if you're really precise anyway. Gotta be very precise when you're clicking, but you can view the International Space Station. The models are kind of well detailed, actually. Got these logos here that I actually don't remember seeing on the real International Space Station. You can kind of zoom in here. And zoom in all the way, apparently, but as you can see, you got basically the different parts of the International Space Station right here. In fact, something interesting about the International Space Station is that the International Space Station recently turned 15 years old. Yeah, so it's been up in space for 15 years now, basically. Well, actually, I don't remember if it's been up there for that long, but it is 15 years old. It's been 15 years since it was created, basically. So there you go. Now, of course, you also have the other planets in the solar system, because no solar system simulator is complete without the other planets, and definitely is not complete without the sun, of course. You just rotate the sun around here. You can see all the sunspots right here. It's not very bright, though. As you can see, there's nothing like, no like lens flare effects or anything, so yeah, just basically see the sun right here, but it's not very bright. Nothing is nothing is like ridiculously bright in this game, or this simulator. And speaking of better solar system simulators, there is actually another solar system simulator I found called Space Engine. To tell you the truth, it's actually much better than Celestia in my opinion, but only thing though, it requires kind of a powerful computer. Celestia, I don't remember how old Celestia is, but it's been around for quite a while. Celestia doesn't really require a very powerful computer, to be honest, but you can still configure the graphics settings anyway. So you can view options right here. You can show all these things like galaxies, nebula, stars, planets, atmospheres, and clouds. Actually, if you uncheck stars, basically the sun disappears from existence. You also have the orbits and labels as well. I don't know what the DSO labels are exactly. Information text basically removes all of that. So it gives you more information on the object you're looking at. As you can see, that's its apparent magnitude, which is positive 4.83, which is pretty bright. Or actually, no, hold on a second. Magnitude of 4.83, well actually, if it's positive magnitude, that means it's not very bright. I think it's negative magnitude that makes it much brighter. Yeah, because as you can see when I'm zooming out here by using the scroll wheel on my mouse here, as you can see, it's negative right here. So this is basically the sun's magnitude at this distance from the sun, basically. So actually, it's negative magnitude, which means it's much brighter. 4.83 is still kind of bright, though, because I think at a magnitude of that, I think it would still be visible to the naked eye. I think, anyway, but I honestly have no idea, but... Actually, I don't even remember what this means, but like I said, it's been a very long time. I kind of forgot most of the things I used to know about space. But as you can see, luminosity basically tells you how bright it is. If you select a different star, yeah, as you can see, I just chose this one right here. As you can see, this one is basically 20 times brighter than the sun. So it also tells you the class of the star. Basically, with the class of the star, the color of the star changes, not to mention its surface temperature. Its apparent diameter is, well, its diameter at this distance from the sun, its apparent diameter. I got the radius. So basically, as you can see, that's the radius. The radius is basically half the diameter of the object. So it's basically the diameter divided by 2. So sun's radius is 696,000. That would be somewhere around almost 1.4 million. So yeah, its rotation period, speed up time here, and as you can see, the sun just kind of rotates on its own. So there you go. Now, you can also set the time here. You can set it to any date you want. You can also go to local time, universal time, UTC offset, I don't know what that is. Set it to the current date, just go back to real time. It's the current date at which I'm recording this video anyway, November 28th, 2013. Which actually, forgot to mention, today is actually American Thanksgiving. American Thanksgiving anyway, but I'm from Canada, so, well, we had, in Canada, we had Thanksgiving here last month, but yeah. So just wanted to mention that here. Okay, so basically that's the sun. That's pretty much all I have to say about the sun. So let's press the 1 key here to go to Mercury. Press the number keys on your keyboard. You can basically lock on, if you will, to different planets. Press 1 here, you lock on to Mercury, because Mercury's closest planet to the sun. Click 2, you can lock on to Venus. 3, Earth. 4, Mars. 5, Jupiter. 6, Saturn. 7, Uranus. 8, Neptune. And even though Pluto's not a planet anymore, you can still press the 9 key to lock onto it. And then you can press the 0 key to lock onto the sun. But you can also press the H key as well. And there's basically Mercury. Actually, its surface, to me anyway, kind of looks similar to the moon almost here. You can zoom in pretty far, actually. Actually, if I remember correctly, you can, I think in some cases, zoom right through the planet. So you get very close here, but then it kind of, I think it kind of starts glitching out here. Yeah, as you can see, it just goes right through it. Phase angle changes basically when you're rotating the planet here. Really gotta scroll out here. Come on. You also got the temperature. It basically tells you its current surface temperature. Speed up time, as you can see, it changes. So it goes from 407 to, oh my goodness gracious, 502. Now that's in degrees Kelvin. Degrees Kelvin, basically, it's almost like Celsius, but 273 degrees Kelvin is equivalent to 0 degrees Celsius. And as you can see, 497, but it's basically 470 would be equivalent to, I believe, 197 degrees Celsius. But I know for a fact that Mercury's surface temperature usually can get much hotter than that. If I remember correctly, I think it can go over 400 degrees Celsius, and then I think at night it goes below minus 100 and something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. And something else you can do is that basically you're following Mercury here. You can also track Mercury as well, though. So, for instance, if I go to Venus here, the camera is still pointing at Mercury. So I just go back here. So I untrack it. Press the Y key, sync orbit. Now if you speed up time, it doesn't look as if Mercury is rotating, but your camera is. And actually, it's a pretty cool effect right there. You can basically see like the day and night cycles. And there you go. Now of course, Mercury has longer days, apparently, so the rotation period's 58 days, as you can see. So that's basically how long a day lasts on Mercury. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the amount of time it takes to orbit the sun completely is 88 days, I think, if I remember correctly. Basically, this part is grayed out here. I think, if I remember correctly, that's the part of Mercury's surface that has not been discovered yet, apparently, from what I've heard a long time ago. But anyway. And then you have Venus. Now that's completely incorrect right there, because 231 degrees Kelvin is minus 42 degrees Celsius, so that's completely incorrect. Venus's surface temperature, as far as I know, is nearly 500 degrees Celsius, I believe. And there's basically Venus, so rotate it around. Its rotation period is very long, though. So you can just kind of, or maybe not. Hold on a second. Actually, well, hold on a second. The clouds here are rotating around. I'm assuming that's Venus's clouds because you can't see the surface. Because Venus's surface looks nothing like this right here, so I think that's actually its cloud tops. Actually, maybe it's the clouds that are rotating, because as you can see, I'm moving it around right here, but it's rotating like crazy, and yet, look at the day and night cycles, they're extremely slow. So maybe that's actually the clouds that are doing that. Maybe not Venus itself, but rather its clouds. Okay. Well, that's really odd. I never noticed that before in this simulator. Then, of course, you have Earth, which I just showed, but you also, of course, have the Moon, which I can just zoom out here to show you. By the way, I was originally going to do this video with post-commentary, but, I might as well just try to see if maybe I could do this with live commentary. Orbit is kind of weird here, however. The Moon's orbit right here. And like a wiggly line right there. Oh, then apparently it goes off its orbit. Oh yeah, now it's not even on its orbit. What the heck? Okay. Well, that's just odd. You can turn off the orbits as well, but I don't know why the heck the orbit's kind of like distorting right here, because you can see it's not perfectly circular, pretty much, but yeah. So that's basically the Moon. Apparently it's also known as Earth 1. So then you go to Mars. Mars also has its two moons here, Phobos and Deimos. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Once again, textures are not great, but I believe somebody did actually make a an add-on which adds high-definition textures onto Mars here. But I didn't download it, though, so... So you got Phobos here, basically, so there you go. There's its moon. You can also view it by zooming in like this. As you can see, it's actually moving along right here. So it moves pretty quickly. Actually, hold on a second. Oh, I just sync orbited Phobos. Oh. Okay, I can apparently do that as well. Okay, I never knew I could do that. But yeah, there's basically Phobos. As you can see, the planets do have atmospheres in this game, so it does show their atmospheres, so here's actually what would happen if I tried to basically see what it would look like on the surface of Mars. So I can do this, I believe, by left-clicking. So there you go, descending into Mars's atmosphere. Mars's really white atmosphere. And as you can see, it's not really well detailed. Basically everything in the background disappears except for the labels. So it doesn't really look too good, but basically the sky color changes if the atmosphere color is different. That's really all there is to say about Mars. On to Jupiter. There's a ton of orbits right here because Jupiter has so many moons, so this is where the orbits can get kind of messy here. So, if I remember correctly, Jupiter has about 63 moons. I don't think all 63 of them are in this simulator here, but most of them are, it seems. So we got all of these moons right here. Speed up time. You can see they're basically orbiting around Jupiter here. Actually, that kind of creates an interesting effect. They're basically names are just rotating all around Jupiter here. Then let's actually go to one of them. Come on here. There we go. Now, there's not really much to say about Jupiter's other moons because, well, there's minimal information on the moons that were recently discovered. Now, this might not be recently. This moon is 2003 J5. Now, the reason it's called that is because the 2003 means it was discovered in the year 2003. But the J5, I actually do not remember. I don't remember, actually. And here's another thing that's kind of interesting. If I can do this correctly, let's go to Jupiter's moon Io right here. Okay then, just zoom into that. There's no sound at all in this game, by the way. There's no sound at all, so the game's completely silent, basically. Let's go back to the current time, actually. Now, if I speed up the time here, should be able to see this. There we go. So basically, I think what's going on here is that Io right here is actually casting a shadow on Jupiter's surface. So yeah, basically this moon's casting a shadow on Jupiter's surface. Not a very big shadow, but yeah, that's basically like an eclipse on Jupiter. So actually, let me follow Jupiter here. So there we go. Basically almost like a hole in Jupiter, pretty much. Now, if you go into options here, I believe eclipse shadows, yeah, that turns that off, but honestly, I would recommend keeping that setting on, actually, because it looks pretty cool. So yeah, Basically an solar eclipse on Jupiter, basically. Not a very big one, considering Jupiter's actually a very big planet. It's the largest planet in the solar system, with a diameter of nearly 143,000 kilometers, so... And not to mention, I think it's also the planet the planet that rotates the fastest, I believe, 9.928 hours. So there you go. Now, actually, I'm gonna set the time back here because I think there's something that's kind of interesting about this. Actually, hold on a second. You can set the time back so you can basically see what position they were in space a long time ago, but actually, I wonder something though. Is this in here? Because I think it was called the Galileo spacecraft, I believe. I think that was sent to Jupiter. Let me quickly put spacecraft orbits on, actually. Or is it even in this game? Or in the simulator? Actually, oh, hold on, I saw that. There we go, there's Galileo. So yeah, Galileo, that was sent to Jupiter here. So there it is, basically. Now, the interesting thing is that it only appears if you set the time back to 1995. So, there you go, basically document its journey to Jupiter. Because I believe, if you press the J key, you can make time go backwards. Go all the way back here. Where's Earth? There you go. And as you can see, it's coming right back to Earth. And there we go. Oh, wait, hold on. What happened? Oh, yeah. Okay. So wait a second. Did it, like, orbit around Earth or something? Yeah, it's almost like it came back to Earth, actually. It was like orbiting around it, but there we go. Basically, it's at Earth. Then if you go all the way to 1995, there we go. It's at Jupiter. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe eventually Galileo was deliberately crashed into Jupiter. So basically, people controlled the spacecraft and they deliberately crashed into Jupiter. So does that actually happen here? Let me just see. Oh, well, it orbits around Jupiter. Actually, when did they crash this thing into Jupiter? Because if it wasn't crashing into Jupiter, it would probably still be appearing in the simulator if the date was set to 2013. Oh, it stayed around for quite a while. Okay. Hold on a second here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so let me rewind that a little bit, actually. This thing goes by pretty fast, so hold on a second. Okay. So yeah, I think that's when they deliberately crash into Jupiter, because as you can see, it just gets closer and closer to Jupiter until it disappears. So yeah, I think I was correct on that one. So, but then again, I don't remember because it's been so long since I actually read that. So, okay. Well, I don't remember them crashing it into Jupiter in 2003, but I'm gonna turn the orbits off here because the spacecraft orbits can kind of lag your computer, no matter what type of computer you have. There's Saturn with all its moons. There's a shadow being cast on the rings. You can also turn that off if you turn off the ring shadows. You got the Cassini spacecraft here. Yeah, look at all of that. That's basically Cassini's orbit right there, so flew all around Saturn basically. And it's been near Saturn. It's been orbiting around Saturn for like 9 years already, so oh, excuse me. Anyway. So you got Cassini here. Now put the time backwards here again. Oh, hold on a second. This thing's kind of spazzing out here. So you go all the way back to here. As you can see, it has the Huygens probe. I believe that's how it's pronounced anyway. So you got this right here. Now, the Huygens probe was basically dropped on Saturn's moon Titan. So let's see if I can show that here. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, suddenly Cassini disappears from existence. But then there's Saturn's moon Titan, so you can track Titan here, while following Huygens. I think that's how it's pronounced. Actually, hold on. It's going off the screen here. Oh, I can reorient it. It's like a UFO, for goodness sakes. Look at that. Oh yeah, just like that. As you can see, it's basically coming closer to Titan, then eventually it disappears. Hold on a second. I'm just kind of controlling this thing on my own here. So there you go. It goes into Titan, and then it just suddenly disappears. And then there's Titan here. Now, Titan's actually pretty interesting. As you can see, it kind of has like a blue aura around it almost, but that's basically its atmosphere. But you go into here, and I guess this must be its cloud layers, because I can go right through that. Apparently, Titan has a weird pinkish yellow sky up here. Not entirely sure if it's like that in the... If it's like that in, like, if I were to actually go to Titan, I would see that it has, like, a pinkish yellow sky, but I have no idea, to be honest. Now, something that I found pretty interesting, actually, is that if I keep losing focus of the screen... No, if I actually turn it towards the sun, as you can see, its atmosphere almost starts glowing white, actually. Actually looks kind of beautiful, in my opinion. Oh, and then all of a sudden the sky turns an orange color. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. Not to mention, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Titan's basically the only moon in the entire solar system that has an atmosphere, so yeah. There's Uranus, and I've mentioned in one of my previous videos that it's not pronounced Uranus, it's Uranus. That's the correct pronunciation. But yeah, basically, I think it rotates on its side like it should. I think, anyway. Basically, you can reorient it like this, though. So you have all of its moons that have, well, that have been discovered as of 2011, because, like I said, this simulator hasn't been updated in about 2 years, but you zoom out here, you can see all these moons here. So I think in some of the Celestia updates, they basically updated and added more of the recently discovered moons around some of the planets, because I remember playing this a long time ago. There were not this many moons orbiting around any of the planets in this simulator. Now, the moons that are orbiting closest to Uranus are actually very small, so I don't think there would be any, like, eclipses on Uranus, or any shadows of moons. Darn it, I didn't want it. Hold on a second. If you press the A and Z keys, you can basically make the camera start moving on its own. You can pick up some speed here. Alright, oh, nope, 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 darn it. Hold on a second. Let me try that again. Okay, there. And then follow that, alright. Then you can just stop, slow down by pressing the Z key. You can see its speed, 4.52 meters per second, but as you can see, it starts increasing. Let's just slow that down completely to 0. Just follow that moon. There you go. I've actually never seen a picture of this moon, because I think there are, like, images of some of the planet's smallest moons, but they're very hard to point out, because you can barely even see the moon, actually, because it's, like, so small. As you can see, the radius here is only 36 kilometers, which means the diameter is only 72, so I've never seen an actual image of this moon. It's also known as 1986 U4, which means it was discovered in 1986. Not sure if that's actually what it's shaped like, because, well, in the actual images, like the official images for these very small moons, they're so small, you can't really tell what shape they're in. So you can't really tell what their shape is, to be honest. That's pretty much it for Uranus, and actually, if you look closely, I believe you can see Uranus's rings. Uranus does have rings orbiting around it, but they're very hard to see. And I don't really think you can see them here. Actually, what if I rotate it? What if I rotate around Uranus? Hold on a second. And just zoom out here for a second. Go back to the sun here. Alright. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, if you look right about there, yeah, like right there, see these lines? I think that's basically Uranus's rings. So they're very hard to point out, actually, especially at a very far distance. But Uranus's rings are like that in real life as well. I guess I could say real life, real space. I don't know. Then we got Neptune. We have the dark spot right here, which is basically a storm on Neptune. We also have that other storm, I believe, that's called Scooter. Yeah, I think this is it right here. So it's near its, is that its North Pole or South Pole? Actually, I think I have Neptune upside down, so I think it's its South Pole. So we got all of its moons here. We got its biggest moon, Triton. Triton is believed to be, I believe, the coldest object in the entire solar system, or possibly even the universe. I don't remember, but it's apparently supposed to be extremely cold, minus almost near absolute zero, actually. Absolute zero being minus 273 degrees Celsius, the coldest possible temperature in the universe. Its temperature right here is 36 degrees Kelvin, which I do actually believe, considering the fact that it's supposed to be the coldest object. But once again, its textures are not really all that well detailed, so I can't really make out anything on its surface, to be honest. This looks like a mess of colors. And actually... Oh, wait, hold on a second. I don't remember Neptune having these moons here. What the heck? Okay. Those must be moons that were discovered as well. Oh, 2003. 2002. 2002. 2002. Oh. Okay. I never knew there were these moons orbiting around Neptune. I never knew that. This one's only 14 kilometers. Now you can also view asteroids and comets in this simulator, which I'll get to in just a second here, actually, because this is the last one here. So we got Pluto and Charon. I don't know why Pluto has like an orbit right here. As you can see, it just kind of orbits around like that. That's really something that's really weird for a planet to do. Okay, well, Pluto's not technically a planet anymore. It's a dwarf planet. It's been a dwarf planet since 2006. We appear... Yeah, we do have the moons Nix and Hydra. Pluto has actually, no, I don't think Pluto has 3 moons. Because if I remember correctly, I think I read something recently that said that there were actually 2 more new moons discovered around Pluto. So now Pluto has a total of 5 moons. I think that's what I read anyway, so... Nix and Hydra discovered in 2005, basically. And that pretty much does it for all the planets in the solar system, so... How about we go on to the asteroids, then? I will say this, though, there's no black holes in this simulator. I don't think there is, anyway. But basically, you have all of these asteroids here. You got Ceres here, actually. And wait a second. Yeah, actually, the thing about Ceres is that it is considered to be an asteroid, but due to its shape and size, I think I remember hearing that some people are actually demanding that it be designated as a dwarf planet, actually. And I think I actually kind of agree with that, because in this simulation anyway, it doesn't look like a asteroid at all, actually. It looks like an actual planet. So, you've got Vesta, that's an actual asteroid. Now you can also have solar system browser as well, so you can search for some things as well, like solar system objects, basically. We can go to Ida here. We got this asteroid. As far as I know, the only asteroid in the solar system that actually has a moon orbiting around it. We got Ida there. And I believe parts of its surface are missing, I guess because maybe it hasn't been discovered yet. We got Dactyl. Dactyl, I think it's pronounced anyway. So this one's only 700 meters, so its diameter is only 1.4 kilometers. Let's see what Ida would look like from the surface, possibly. Oh, that's gonna obscure the view, though. Darn it. Okay. Forget that idea, then. But yeah, there we go. Very close, actually. It's only about 44 kilometers, apparently. Ida itself's not very big either, but yeah, basically, as you can see, you can view asteroids here. Now, let's try to view the comets, actually, if I can. How about Halley's Comet? Okay, it didn't go to it. I think I forgot to click on go to. And there we go, we got the comets here. Basically, they look like asteroids, but if I speed up time here, it's just kind of falling through space here. But then as it's getting closer to the sun, you'll notice that the screen suddenly starts turning blue. But now that I slow down time here, if you look out here, which is kind of causing some lag, but basically, as you can see right here, Comet Tail suddenly appears, basically. So if I time go backwards, as you can see, it just disappears. It starts getting the oops. I think I went a bit too quickly there. But yeah, as you can see, it starts getting the comet tail there as it's nearing the sun. I don't remember what causes it exactly, but I do know that it's like basically it's dust and whatnot. That's pretty much all I know. Once again, I don't really remember. And actually, the tail kind of distorts when you look at it from different angles. You look inside it, everything's all blue, basically. Very simple looking comet tail. In fact, if I remember correctly, I don't think comets even have one tail. I think they have two, don't they? Because there's another tail that also forms on it, but I don't remember what causes the second one to form exactly. If I remember correctly, anyway, because like I said, it's been so long. It's been so long since I even like read anything about space. Pretty much, like it's been so long, I forgot most of the things I used to know about space. I really wish I hadn't have forgot, but then you can look at stars. Class A3 III, or I guess A33. It's a Roman numeral, but basically it's a white star, so you can look at it like that. It's 189 light years away from the sun. Basically means that we're looking at this star as it was 189 years ago, back in 1824, I believe. I think that's what it was, so yeah. And then you can actually go out of the galaxy if you want to. Hold on a second. Yeah, as you can see, we basically have like galaxies in the background over there. So I'm gonna zoom out here. You can zoom out pretty far, actually. So you zoom out, and come on here. Takes a little while, but eventually you zoom out here. It's basically all the stars right there, and there you go. That's our Milky Way galaxy, basically, and actually, it's not very bright. Hold on a second. Yeah, we got the ambient light. If you turn that off, then, well, there's no more ambient light. I don't know why the highest setting is medium. I would think the highest setting would be high. Yeah, hold on a second. Why is... I don't understand why it looks so dark. Oh, there we go. That's what the DSO labels are. Oops. Yeah, and then basically you do that, it disappears. Okay, but hold on a second. Where's everything else? Just give me a second here. Oh, here we go. So now you can see all the galaxy names, but actually it's kind of cluttering the screen, but if you use the square bracket keys, basically, as you can see, auto magnitude limit at 45 degrees. That's why the Milky Way didn't look extremely bright. That's why. Actually. Yeah, you can kind of rotate around here. Actually, there appears to be more stars near the center right here. But I actually tried going to the center if I even can. Actually, can I even click on these things? I probably can't. Yeah, I'm trying to click on them, but it's not working, so maybe I can't. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but... Or can I? No, it doesn't seem as though I can, so maybe I can't travel to these objects or something. I have no idea. And then basically you can look at some of the galaxies here. Some of these galaxies are actually very far away. Okay, well, hold on a second. I remember that you could click on them and then you could travel to them. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta figure something out here. I don't understand why this is not working. Yeah, I can't even go to these. Okay, well, it's not a problem. I think I can just type the object name in here, actually. Then it... Yeah, okay, there we go. That works. So yeah, basically you can view other galaxies here. Oh my goodness gracious, okay. That's a bit too many galaxies. Lower the limit. There we go. With that one. So yeah, you got NGC 2431 apparently. You can't actually go in the galaxies, and you can't look at their stars, unfortunately, so... You just kind of zoom in and out, though. You can also look at their radius. I don't remember what KPC stands for, though. That's the only thing. I don't remember what it stands for. Let's go to that one in the background, actually. Yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. This is actually very far away. We are 162 MPCs, apparently, away from the sun. I have no idea what that means. If you guys remember what MPC stands for, please tell me. And then, I think last but not least, I'll go to IC2497. Alright. Also tells you the type of galaxy it is as well. It is interesting. Kind of like flat almost. Which is pretty cool. How far are we now? We're even further. I think there is a limit as to how far you can actually zoom out here, so hold on a second. I'm gonna try to see here. Oh yeah, that's way too much. That's way too much. Oh, now I remember why I turned that setting down. Now I think I remember. Yeah, see? Game lags so much here. Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, that's basically how many stars you can actually view here in this simulator. Tons of them. It's actually pretty incredible, to be honest. Okay, there. Just zoom out like this now. I don't know how far you can zoom out exactly, but I'm gonna try to find out here. Okay, just forget this there. You can go all the way to... Oh geez, you can go pretty far actually. Yeah, I think basically the limit is... I think probably like 3 million MPC or something like that, I would think. So you can't zoom out to like infinity or anything. And also, you can go to, like, infinite time as well, because I think it says that the data arithmetic in the game will start overflowing once you reach a certain year. I think it was 5,700,000 something, actually. Let me try this, see if I can make it overflow. I'm gonna make it overflow right here. And there we go. I think it just overflowed. I think it did. Or was it this year? Actually, let me just do this. Maybe I could even crash the game by doing this. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't even know you could go this far. Okay, fine. What's our solar system gonna look like 500 million years from now? We're in the year 507,997,539. Apparently, International Space Station and the Hubble Space Telescope are still going to be up, orbiting around Earth. Okay. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing, though. You'll notice that right here, as you can see, the time just went to UTC, and it's actually not moving, so time is completely frozen. It only moves when you start doing this. How far could I go exactly, actually? Like, what's the actual limit? Okay, I think that's when the data arithmetic overflows, but how far can I actually go? Up, 1 billion. Everything still appears to be normal, though. Although I'm pretty sure the sun would be much bigger than what it is right now, 1 billion years from now. Because in about 5 billion years from now, Earth is going to be destroyed by the sun, because the sun will basically become a red giant. It'll basically swallow up the Earth. Okay, well that is interesting. I didn't even know you could go this far. Actually, I don't think you even could in, oh, what happened? It stopped. Okay. Well, I guess this is basically where time and space commits suicide. January 1st, 2 billion. And that's it. Time is now completely frozen. I can't even speed it up now. Alright, well, there we go. We broke space, basically. Perfect. Absolutely splendid. Spiffing. Anyway. You know what? I think I'm just going to end the video off here for now. So that's basically Celestia. So it's a pretty interesting solar system simulator. It actually happens to be the first one I ever used, and it is pretty interesting. But there are better solar system simulators out there, in my opinion. Yeah. There's just better ones out there, to be honest, but, unfortunately, I do not think I can provide you guys with a, download link, unfortunately, to this, solar system simulator, because, I don't know, it seems as though the, official website for this game, I mean, has gone offline. I can't connect to the website, and for some reason, when I try to look up the website on Google, it doesn't appear in the results. Like, it doesn't appear in the search results, so, which leads me to believe that the website that used to host Celestia no longer exists. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can provide you guys with a download link. Maybe I'll at least try to see if maybe there's some other website that's still hosting, downloads for Celestia, maybe, including the program itself, but I honestly have no idea. So, yeah, sorry guys, but if you still want to find the game anyway, try to possibly find the download link, then Google's your friend. But I guess Google's also going to be my friend in this situation, because I am still going to try to find a download link nonetheless. If I do find a download link for Celestia, I'll update the video description here and put the link to it in the description, so yeah. But other than that, unfortunately, at this point in time, I cannot provide you guys with a download link for this game. I'm really sorry, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's where I'll end things off for now. So this is Dr. Robotnik64. Thank you for watching. If you want, feel free to like or favorite this video or subscribe. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter or check out my Google Plus page, as I post alerts about videos I've recently uploaded to both of these places. Links to my Twitter account and Google Plus account are in the description of all my videos, including this one. That's it for now. So, turn back time here, see if I can unbreak space. There we go. That's it for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video I make. Later.